2021 meeting of Murrumbidgee Council. Welcome to the councillors and our General Manager and Operational Staff. In the spirit of open, accessible and transparent government, and to ensure this meeting is open to the public, this council meeting is being recorded. Not live streamed at this stage due to technical issues. Recording will be placed on council's website following the meeting. I'd like to call for apologies, please. Any further apologies? If not, would somebody like to move, please, that the apology be right. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carry. Thank you. We'll move to the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on the 3rd of March. Would somebody like to confirm these minutes, please? With Councillor Brown, seconded Councillor Turwin. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Thank you. I'll remind all councillors to take their declarations. If anybody's got any declaration, move forward now. We'll move on. We'll move on to the mayoral report. I hope everybody's had a bit of a chance to read it. I apologise for the lateness of it getting to you. Just quickly, just moving to the issues that are in the face at the moment, one of which is the mouse plague, which is seriously challenging. It is impacting on our businesses, on the agricultural side of business, but it's going to get really cold, I hope, in a hurry, so we can mice demise. The community hosted the World Children's Golf Day on Good Friday, and in excess of 20,000 was raised by the community. As I alluded to, it has a far-reaching network, but that's an amazing result for one day's entertainment for the World Children's Hospital. We have been the beneficiary of Youth Week activities, the MC Forums in Darlington Point to Murrumbidgee, which were amazing to watch. The kids have been at the time, not just the kids, there were adults engaged too, and even did a great job with her band of workers making sure that this happens. So well done, and thanks to Eden. We've also been the beneficiary of live music in the park events in Darlington Point to Murrumbidgee, and time to be held in Collier on the 9th of May. Again, thank you very much to Eden for making that happen, and to the council staff that have assisted her in getting these programs out there. We had the opening of the Collier Junior Change Rooms in Emily at number 2 Oval on Saturday. This is an amazing piece of infrastructure that will serve the community well into the future, and it's great to see such a really large crowd of people at Collier enjoying the sporting opportunities, and also those that took the time to be part of the official opening. Thank you to Dan Ryan, the organisation, and thanks to the on Sunday, across the council footprint, we celebrated Anzac Day, which was really welcome, which we weren't able to do last year in the way we normally do. Go to the Darlington Point sub-branches and to the Jewellery sub-branch. Thank you for helping to organise the war ceremonies and the marches. Really well attended by the general community, and it's always reaffirming to see the young people's participation in recognising service and sacrifice that our kids have given for the ongoing quality of life and freedom that we enjoy. Our town revitalisation projects are coming to fruition. It's an amazing opportunity which our council communities did not have seen. It's very real evidence of what's going on. The mural on the wall of the swimming pool is completed, and it's having a really positive on the community and also those travelling through. We've also installed the Lady Cup storyline at the entrance to the council civic centre. And we're just waiting for the ground cover paintings to go there to really lift that. The animal sculptures in Colin Emily are truly unique and a great talking point. And the colourful street signage is a very unique attribute also for Colin Emily, as well as the seating, the car park at the rear of roller plates and things like that. The laser cut signage for the boat ramp and the proposed one for the pedal steamer are really unique attributes here in Darlington Point. The redeveloped garden at the car park is open. Pool is being undertaken, and the solar lighting on the pedestrian road in Darlington Point, along with the complementary Wiradjuri walk redevelopment, are really giving an aesthetic uplift to the Darlington Point community. Council, in collaboration with Field Services Group, has been successful with its regional connectivity program application. The funding allocation of 1.2 million will be achieved. And that's one of those opportunities that came our way, primarily because we have a general manager whose interest is digital connectivity and placed himself foremost on the working group that had us at the table. So thank you very much, John. It's a really welcome investment in our community. Let's hope it works. On last week, we had a visit from the interim Inspector General of Water Compliance, Troy Grant, and his two advisors. We were able to facilitate a forum at the Colin Emily Club that had some key water brains at the table. If we can take from Troy Grant's address the level of compliance and transparency and communication should all improve. They're pretty key operations, and if we can have some clarity on how the water industry works and some compliance that that's a level of confidence that things are as they should be, a communication process that is equally accessible to people, he will have done his job. It's a huge challenge. He is confident that we can do this to the table. So let's hope that we had a farm tour which Councillor Black organised to Paul Bellado's farm, and they were really impressed with the scale of redevelopment and the beautification that we've been organising that. We then enjoyed a social dinner held in Griffith with all neighbouring councils to wrap up for this three-day tour by Troy Grant was organised by Ranjo. So again, and that we can at the table first three-day tour of an area. So we're right at the time of how he's thinking he's not too stable yet. The Sidland Projects Working Groups continue the exploration of the proposed initiatives. We're awaiting current and relevant data consideration and inclusion to inform the powers of be as to whether the identified projects will be able to achieve the efficiency that they desire. Stay tuned. And then below are a list of meetings that I have attended in conjunction with the General Manager. I attended the time dinner for the General Manager of the very retired council for Rowan Purpose, who's been at 10 years. So that is a really significant contribution. And the change will be significant for the new person comes on board. And that's about it. Oh, I must acknowledge also that the Heritage Advisor had consultation. So that was valuable. was good because those at the table were able to add or clarify some of the acetone so that we can. The General Manager and I are attending a parliamentary meeting on rural health access on Thursday in Auckland. We had our witness briefing last week, which told us what we can and can't do and who we can speak to and how we have to look at people. But anyway, that's as it should be. And that's about all. Are there any questions?
Just always start off with the code of action plan. Quite a bit of changes to the plan, so now action call out to various self providers to find out where the basically access aspect where well, earlier rather than later in the so the regional connectivity program to roll out to these girls locations time to be between 60 and 80 footprint. When I say high speed, that is LCDs, identified percent to make sure that will be the program was $2 million. Federal government putting money in field services to Copier, basically. I've seen the wildlife park. And the enthusiasm from everybody that coming through the part of that was really expressed. I was got the phone call from the federal government. Collaboration with everybody. The local government election, 4th of September 2021. It's coming up. Hopefully, available. New South Wales elections. Open this Thursday, the 29th, it's 6 p.m. I believe. Get that information, and then on the 11th of May as well, president of the election. This is just run by the New South Wales Elections Commission. It's all of the stuff to do with the elections, to do with roles and responsibilities of the council. Everybody's thinking of it. The time frames are coming forward fairly quickly. We've got them all circulated. We've got links on our website for anybody to be able to access the local bulletins, the latest bulletins for the election, provides their time frames. Resident voters role, all those sort of things, all that stuff sitting on just to access that. Just updated director of planning. We're in the early stages with Harper. The company appointed. We've started the search. It was advertised yesterday. It was the opening day, and we'll be progressing those. And quickly look around. As McCrae mentioned, the parliamentary meeting hearing on health at the Milton this week, and the Ranjo board meeting of 13th May, New Highway Task Force Committee meeting in Canberra. 19th to 17th to 19th May, Government Association and the Conference of the National Legal Centre. Nothing untoward. If there's anything, please.
Questions, John?
I'd just like to congratulate you, John, on the effort put into that kind of activity. It's been going on for many years. We're just seeing that change. Thank you for your time and effort in achieving that.
No further questions, something like you, please. Councillor Smith, second Councillor Director, those in favour, please say aye. Those against, okay, thank you. Item 2, please. Now, 3 are meeting. I did have one. This is a rundown of questions. Also, there's one point in order because it's in there was one point there where 9 members asked for the chair in place in our election.
Thank you, Chair.
Any questions of Councillor Ross? We might do item 2 and item 3 together if there's no question, no further follow-up or questions. So we're not moving Councillor Black, Councillor in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. We'll move to item 4. Would you like to speak to this? Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't available for the meeting, but that was on the 11th of April. They did discuss the grants that have been received, and that information has been given to them by starting.
And so what does CRIF stand for?
Crown Reserves Improvement Fund.
Okay.
So they will be doing work on the courthouse roof replacement.
Yep.
At the moment that we've started and had a survey of the whole block just to make sure that
General business 1B, at the bottom of page 11, says that the State Engineer Steve Victoria has provided considerable input to this project, but we have not actually made a formal offer to carry out the work. Sounds to me that there's money to be expended without.
so they did receive quotes when they put in for the grant.
It says that no formal offer to carry out this work has been made.
So does it require a DA? No. No, it didn't. So the granting of the funding application, now they can just manage that themselves as best they can. Is that what's happening?
Through the council, yes. But they
Through council, it has, okay. So council is project managing it, not the engineer.
So therefore, that contractor hasn't been awarded the job, basically.
there were two parts to the job. One was for the ramp into the old council chambers, and the other part was for the replacement of the courthouse roof. Steve Victoria was the one that was going to be offered, yes, to do the ramp, and there was another David Jackson who had done the work on the old police residence, going to be offered the replacement project.
Any further questions?
Already in those capacity of council. So that's it. That's how the process. They're project management, but they actually, they're responsible for the council. That's what I'm understanding. I'm actually on that is one taking with the words and then giving the vision of the words project.
Well, they are a section 355 committee council. Sorry, they are a section 355 committee.
So they're able to, so, but basically they come to us with their determination. They wrote the application and they provided quotes and so forth. So then they come to us and say, we want these people to do this. And check with them then on the routes being undertaken, let's get the city. That's as far as I go at this stage. Kelly.
Yes, just to clarify, they did formally notify me about the accident, and we went through what was said. Gave them an approval to carry out that without development approval. In terms of the route, we had a discussion about that from the world, and that could well be. And normally as part of that process, we do go out and check that the work are compliant with what council.
So given that this is identified in these minutes, does somebody from council there any other further comments or questions regarding this report? If not, would somebody like to move, please? Move Councillor Smith, seconded. The vice, those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. As for doing Delegate report. Okay, item number 5, please.
Council is just supporting the monthly cash investment report. Okay, anything other than still declining. And I'm certainly are not stage utilising restricted funds to get anything correct. Any questions on that?
Are there any questions of this, please? No, if not, somebody like to move, please. With Councillor Rice, seconded Councillor Murrumbidgee. That council note the monthly cash and investment report containing the bank balances and schedule of investments as at the 31st of March 2021. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. Okay, item 6, please, Vicky.
Council's just posting of our loan borrowings as at 31st of March. With that report, 116.
Any questions regarding the loan borrowings? The recommendation is somebody like to round second Councillor Children that the information contained in the loan borrowings report be noted. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Item 7, please.
Reporting on the new council meeting. Again, and the expenditure as it sits to 31st of March. And there's funding for the of the top tower during justice. Ongoing is the council on the LAP. Basically, so I paid the second payment yet. I will be less than that.
You want to increase the coverage of the
Do you think they're not long enough to cover everything?
It's a water.
Somebody like to move, please. Move, Councillor. Any questions? If not, the recommendation will read the content of the new council implementation fund 2021 report. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. Item 8, please.
Discussion on the direction of charges to the person.
We'd like to move, please. Please, Councillor Black, second, Councillor Kirby. Are there any questions on item 8? Also put the recommendation that the contents of the rates and annual charges collection report at 31 March 2021 be noted. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. Item 9, please.
That's the stronger communities fund. part of the spreadsheet. Those, and so we've been about this one is on the finalisation of the government. Right, right. Okay. In as in please suggest that money be added to that project. Project to come, it's still leaving. Project.
Like the Councillor Blake said, the Councillor Ross, are there any questions particularly regarding this report? Councillor Wells.
The only account whereby the money can be transferred from.
Don't probably, I'm just keeping it within those votes within that.
We use the, there's amount of 100,000 of interest.
Well, if you have a look at the bottom there in here,
Yep.
91,000 interest being earned on this office and report. And as well as the mark, so it's not anticipated to increase lately, and we're also expending the funds, so there's not much to go. Set aside within that program, there are other options to look at. If that water supply project is going to need more than the money that is set aside. No excess of everybody on the bid.
Putting a $1.5 million in safety secure water for those support, that's we need $150,000. Isn't those costs that might be more than $1.65 million? If we get that free water.
But John, does that include the bill of the new one account?
I have no idea what the impact was like to say for that, but water towers are not that expensive.
Water is always expensive.
The infrastructure to supply that water to.
The treatment is expensive. Not to store it.
Capacity, storage, no, that.
Depends whether the pipes are going how long.
I have a fear of robbing their budget. Who knows my feeling on that? So, obviously, I won't be voting for that. So, yeah, we'll do what the committee says. There's no that I'm against that.
And it's one of those, it's also one of those things that if you need to borrow money, it's a safe bet. That's one of the sure bets. One of the areas that tends alone to do that sort of plan.
I believe we will need to have more time. Clear understanding earlier. 6 months after.
Any further comments or? They like to move. Right. The recommendation is that the contents of the Stronger Communities Fund reporting notice and an increase to the Darlington Point Playground grant allocation together with a corresponding decrease to the those in favour, please say aye. Those against? You want that notice?
Yes, please, thank you.
So that carries. Item 10, please.
That's it. Snapshot of activity. March.
Are there any questions on
Maybe, just one, the community meeting. Is that eternal or eternal?
Well, there from the community fund grant allocation for the emergency system.
which G? Sorry, Julie.
Okay.
They made an application for some of the community funds grant.
Are there any further questions for Vicky? Somebody like me, please, use this finance manager's report, use councillor Guy, second the Black, that the recommendation reads, the information contained in the finance manager's monthly report be noted. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you. Manager of Planning and Environment, please.
Thank you, Mayor. This report is standard, identifies typical daily tasks. Probably the only thing of note is that we're in a more informed position about understanding whether or not there is potential for the Collingwood Lake to go ahead, given some of the initial findings from the biodiversity. So although we haven't actually received the full report, we will be in a position to path forward. There will be an opportunity, should the local community wish to do this motion, to move forward with it, but there will be suspension.
And whose responsibility would that be? The offset, would that be?
That would be whoever the application.
The application, the applicants would be responsible.
Yeah, it's all very preliminary, of course.
True. And water related to the same responsibility application.
Well, that would need to be detailed. It would need to be detailed in the
I feel like that is the council, town water and water we have available, we haven't got water for as a applicants.
Yeah, that's right. If we receive an application, it would be put out to the applicant. Council did review early on was to ensure that I kept council notified about the progress of what the issue was with the lake. We're in a position now. It is possible to move forward with that, but again, substantial costs must be solved by the
Just as a matter of clarification, is there a functioning planning lake development committee?
Well, I don't know in terms of the committee, I know that there are still very keen people.
But is you don't know if there is a formal group that are driving this project?
I don't know.
Maybe as soon as we get this report. Private.
When is that way last week?
Yes. Yes, the idea was, given that the committee at the time had reached some roadblocks in their desire to move forward with the lake, council wanted to not assist them with actually the development application, but to help them and provide advice to them whether there's any possibility of it. So,
When's that report?
well, the report's being finalised as we speak. Given the fact that we're doing some of these, we've got contractors, specialist consultants doing some of these things as part of our strategic plan to support our new local environmental plan. We took the opportunity to engage them to look into this.
This plan, that referring
What's it proposing?
Yeah.
Well,
the
no,
outside, or is it impacting on how we grow our community and economy in regards to the box and lands? The box and land residential.
Lots of land, there isn't. Outside the lake area is part of the lake area. The showground area.
Right, my concern is totally like that, holding up due to land development, a residential box in land. If it's not, well, I'm quite happy not to worry about it.
So, Kelly, does that mean in our plans that area that's proposed for the lake is going to have a different colour or a different?
potentially council.
Just for clarification, this is a community development, not a council development.
That's right, and again, I'm through. No notification made, no final line will do that.
Oh, I think that needs to be made very clear. Yeah. For everybody.
Yes, so this report is only just been received. And now I'll be talking to, some of the drivers in the comment.
And back on the category of the zone, so what zone category would it be that would allow for a lake? The lake never gets off the ground, allows for it.
Private recreation, actually, and the other thing is, can actually include a human standard zone.
Okay.
So, we'll
Because I just didn't want to go through the process of the plan and then we strangle ourselves by having something there that may not ever eventuate the money.
no, and bear in mind too, that the agency here supported and the public can only.
We own the land, don't we?
It's town common land or is it?
The sheds showground.
I don't think we can do any support for site.
Part of the township expansion.
Already tested.
Well, really, I guess the question needs to be asked. Why are we exploring an option where it has already been demonstrated that the land won't hold water?
Because Mr. Evans, Councillor Evans, he has a lot of water. He names in water. As a report.
Well, there appears to be some disparity at the table.
So next door, my land, was it? Yeah. My water, price like. Thanks for it. Anyway.
It's counted, Kelly. Sorry.
The land contains two vegetation types. One of those vegetation types goes on very clay soil, and the other vegetation is spatial.
We only feel half the lake.
No, there are different zones within that lake. And obviously,
My country. Place on.
Well, I guess what we will do is we will stay tuned to see the reception of this report in the community. With the guarantee of community water, community organisations that hopes to see that.
Also, some environmental issues too, isn't it?
That's what we're going to have. two offsets are required,
Considerable
offsets.
yeah, considerable offset or money or a combination. Money override. You know, money can pay. It's paid, it's paid for on all steps. Yes, not paid for bribes. Just clarify. Just clarify. Any further questions of Kelly, please? If not, Councillor Brown?
Still being held up by the week.
The working, this is part of biodiversity, is that actually the type of vegetation, it is an endangered ecological community, but I think there are on that particular site. The legislation has changed from when the original assessment was undertaken quite a number of years ago now, and that legislation basically geared at allowing people actually proceed with development, providing there are no matters of national or no threat of irreversible to that ecological community. But conditions are that you pay for it. Additional measures.
Since that report, the weeping mile was encroached on property. And they really need to come back, work out what is and what isn't. It's not common sense.
Scientific committee actually identified what forms part of that vegetation community. Some of the stuff that you were talking about.
No, it's a woody weed. It's an acacia. It's not really.
If it's, well, whether it's a woody weed or not, if it's acacia, I think for it is, then it is a major division within that. You might consider it to be a woody weed. There is, and that's probably one of the things for the ambulance is that, well, it's unfortunate you've got development, unfortunately you've got
Common sense is that the satellite photos you just go and map how much more is Whipping Mile or Acacia has intruded in our that time.
not looked at a local level, but looked at a geographical level, and at a national level.
They went on the spatial map and got a soil type. That's what I say. Anyway, sorry.
Thank you, Julie. Are there any further questions, please, regarding this? If not, would somebody like to move, please? Black, thank you, Councillor Murphy. That the recommendation reads, the information contained in the Manager Planning and Environment Monthly Report be noted. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Item 12, please.
In the corporate and community services area during the past month. In youth-led activities and the drought support officer information area should be.
Yes, with regards to authorised previously engaging with Belmar, there's information to be gained. Yeah. Oh, yeah, somebody said to me that we have ceased community transport altogether. And I said,
place that need to COVID and budget, but those that are in emergency or those with on dialysis.
So that's answered that question?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, Councillor Smith.
Just coming back to the Belmont issue, when it was initially discussed, it was in regard to viewing what was available to all of the council's footprint, whether there was resourcing to the northern the council area, or whether they could refer us to other organisations similar to themselves that would offer services to our council.
They are unfunded for that old Murrumbidgee area. They're not funded to.
So there is no other organisations that we can engage with of a similar ilk out there. The cricket. Okay. What is part of its umbrella?
Not to provide services. They can provide services for people who are on packages, like anyone, and that's what we're really trying to do. A number of people have requested community transport that are on a package, we've asked them to go back to their package and community or other package to provide this, because they have their package, they have the money to provide that community transport for them, then they can get anyone to provide that transport. It's not
This is the grey area between the program that council delivers and aged care providers who are operating that space. And the people have these packages that include a transport component in it.
Did I hear you correctly that you said the former Murrumbidgee council part of
But we have none.
it's only the old Murrumbidgee council area?
Their services are provided out of Berrigan, and
So we as a council are only responsible for the old Murrumbidgee council area.
With this program.
with this program, except with the home modifications. Several years ago, we took over with Mountain and we're still doing that.
But we're not taking over home modifications former Murrumbidgee council area.
No.
We're only doing home modifications in the River City Council and old Murrumbidgee Council, and we're only providing travel for the old Murrumbidgee Council area. Thank you very much.
So when we do those home modifications,
We outsource that mostly. It's just putting up a table in someone's house. But mostly it's if they were available.
It's only a small budget.
so do you envisage in the near future that the funding that is also through Berrigan Aged Care, which is the Jerubi component, will actually be transferred to Murrumbidgee Council so we can have a whole of council area?
It won't be just transferred, it's whether that service doesn't want to do that and will be taught when this, which is 2022. But unless they want to give up that service and tender it out, we don't have the control to take it up.
No, we don't, but the money it's the previous Jerubi Shire Council's allocation, which was previously auspiced by the Berrigan Shire, which was then transferred to Berrigan Aged Care. So it's actually the Jerubi community's money. So why cannot council advocate to have that money become part of council's budget.
Don't have that contract for that area.
No, we don't at the moment, but why can't we advocate to have that contract? Because I believe that we should be looking at all with council issue rather than the nightmare of trying to, because scale and capacity, that's what's ran down our throats. Scale and capacity, you've got more money, you've got more opportunity to retain the service, make it more viable. And it's fractured and it's not actually working that well. So, and it's more costly for the people in the south to access the service. So we would, as a resident of the southernmost part of the council, it would be my wish that we could advocate to have that pool of money come into the Murrumbidgee Council budget.
I would speak to government department to see how we would go.
I'll make a recommendation of that.
Okay, a resolution,
A resolution.
advocate,
Investigate a plan to
advocate to have the Jerusalem community's budgetary allocation for CHSP transferred to the Murrumbidgee Council administration. I'll put that. Somebody like to move Councillor Brown, seconded Councillor Rice. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against,
Sorry, can I have an amendment to that motion?
yes, you can. What is it?
Well, it's just that the viability of that transfer in operation, in providing those services that review. I mean,
What review?
the ask to get all of the CHPS funding returned to.
Not
our
returned
council.
to, handed over to the functioning council entities.
Well, at the moment, we are providing a service to the north that is struggling to say the least. At least to the south, even though there is significant cost impost, we still have the ability to have a service provided. If we pull the funding, we may very well be faced with an inability to provide a service.
Well, should the recommendation state that council investigates the viability of having the Jerusalem community's allocation included in Murrumbidgee Council's footprint?
Yeah. There's a viability, but
Just for clarity of information, when the funds were transferred, the home support program was transferred from the Berrigan Shire Council to Berry financial year. First 12 months of operation was $150,000 deficit. So what's happening here is not out of the realms of what's happening everywhere else where this program is being run. Just for clarification. So,
Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Both you, yourself, and councillors, it's the increased cost to have that service provided.
yeah,
What are we talking about? Are we talking about extra 50%, 100%, 40%? To the individual per trip?
per trip, conservatively, and certainly part of the implications that comes because of this, and the fact that community transport then has to be able to compete with the NDIs and the, so therefore we've had historically maybe a trip to Albury would have cost say $20 at a town, has now gone to
So it's
I mean,
a 400% increase.
there has been a significant trend increase in provision of services over numbers of years.
so the big entity involved and engaged in this part of business here was able to assume those costs, not gladly, but was able to assume those costs and in the next 12 months have rationalised and have been able to deliver the service in a more cost-free, timely manner. But it's Councillor Smith is saying that perhaps be careful what you wish for if you're having the funds transferred because the questions around our sustainability and viability. However, the recommendation which Julie wrote up here said that the manager of corporate and community services make inquiries as to the transfer of the Julie funding allocation for the home support program to Murrumbidgee Council for administration. I don't think we need to amend that because it says to make inquiries, not advocate or tell us we want our money. It says to make inquiries. I think that is a strong enough reporting first step. So, yeah. So, Councillor Wells.
Possibility even with that, if that funding was to be transferred, there could still be a significant deficit in that money. Saying before Berwick made a $100,000 loss on the funding that was utilised through the area initially. So even if that money was transferred here, there could still be a significant loss.
Not necessarily because there's cost to
and also the recurrent funding amount is the recurrent funding. So we will inquire and therefore advocate for our recurrent funding allocation, which I'm sure we would be entitled to. It was for the whole of Murrumbidgee, not just for the.
So therefore, I envision us providing service to the provider, so it's an increasing payment.
But those inquiries, I'm sure, would make very clear just the state of the nation, how much our annual allocation is, how much is expended, what part of the 12-month period that covers for, and what access we've had to those services. So I think this recommendation here just clearly asks that we make inquiries as to whether this is viable going forward. So that's a motion of Councillors Black and Bryce. Is there any further comment around that? If not, I'll do it. Right. Resolved on the motion of Councillors Black and Bryce that the information contained in the Manager Corporate and Community Services will be noted, and the Manager Corporate and Community Services make inquiries as to the transferal of the Julie funding allocation for the Commonwealth Home Support Program to Murrumbidgee Council for administration. I'll put that. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against? Councillor Kirky.
Yeah, I want to have some input in there.
Yep.
I want to input in the recommendation because I want the costings to come back for what it was used for the Murrumbidgee Shire to find out what the deficit was in last year's report.
Well, I think
it doesn't say it there.
No, it doesn't.
It's important for me to know that it's $100,000 and costs us $150,000. We know where we stand before we can take a step forward.
I think I'd just like to clarify, Rob, that 150 was not Murrumbidgee Shire. It was the whole of the Berwick Shire. And I think the conversation around this recommendation, the content of the information.
Chair, to find out exactly how much formative I will
Well, that is a public, that will be publicly available because it is, it's a recurrent funding allocation. So are you happy with that, Will? Will I put the recommendation again?
You're asking me whether I accept it.
I'm looking at this, Rob.
I don't accept
You know, well, we've had this discussion, you know the result of it, as we go forward, but I want to see those results in the report, or it doesn't mean.
Okay, all right, so I'll put the recommendation again. Those in favour, please say aye. Please put your hand up if you say aye. And those against, carried. I have to read the list. Item 13, please.
Nothing to add. Item 13, just as the report, the stipulation. Questions?
Somebody move, please. The councillor Barr, seconded councillor Wilson. Those in favour, please say aye. And the recommendation will read that the information contained in the development application is approved under delegation March 2021 be heard. Those in favour say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. Item 14, please.
Must report on outline the activities of the operational maintenance.
Any questions of Ken, please? Councillor Black.
This is not a question, this is very, very hard for me to give accolades to. This one is well deserved. I signed up, such a, I said it's 70-metre section. On Monday night, they were actually completed with actually on speediness and for your staff members. Please carry on to your staff.
It is from this.
Right, Smith, did you have a question?
Just going to ask about the R2 requalification. There has been a previous discussion about these accreditation. I'm historically been able to and that staff have all done the prerequisite that is us as an organisation able to follow.
Mental quality policy.
The policy.
Yes. Yeah. One council. Same question. Yeah, on just what Robert's saying, and but I'll let you know. Just on the weeds report, the drill that was after we and we have a huge problem up the city. Why on the edge of town? Are we serious?
You need to sterilise the edge of the roads. How bad the situation is. Round up, it's okay, but Actually, weed needs a volatile. That volatile chemical you can't use, weed that's raised, but if you use experiment, you got part of the road. It's only a very small narrow ridge of the experience. Can't use MCB, maybe 2,4-D. It's volatile like this and whatever, something for miles away.
I can take that on those. Voices.
Tom, I've got a question here. It was on Bolton Street, you will be the geotechnical report underway due to the 23rd of April to provide information for scope of works. What's that work in Bolton Street?
It's a total rehab. Road 500 metres.
Thank you. Any further questions of Tom? Councillor Perky.
But, can you give me the timelines on what's going to happen with Young Street, water integrated planning and stuff like that? You know, the time frames and have you got any plans by the end of the year that we're going to have this?
Said in the report that the budget is. So once we have those in place, we can address council.
Integrated water cycle management plans, is that overarching when you look at the entire town? Or is it right? So that there's going to be a lot more in that in regards to the replacing of infrastructure, location of infrastructure, size of pipes.
That's the IWC and getting out delayed that process due to gentlemen that was coming down from Brisbane. COVID. That's now scheduled for later in May. Hopefully, that we see playing out. Quality report done to ensure for the flows.
And then we move on to the other stuff. So I know you've been held up there, but there's only right at the end of the tunnel in regards to 1-2 months till the completion of the reports to come back. The Young Street subdivision.
Yeah, that's what I said, late May. Yeah,
Oh,
so
the vote.
yeah,
In the discussion of before, I think you said May, June, probably have something on the table about July.
I would say so.
July council meeting, yep.
I'd probably finalise them.
Yeah, the time frame's good, so I think, people are moving on these.
Well, I'm holding the director to his timelines of Channel 9, Ben Coven, and then Young Street subdivisions. So I'm keeping sure every Friday I keep on reminding him of those exact timelines that he said. So, earlier that Ben Coven August, so Young Street.
Quite happy with 3 or 4 month plans and confidence. I'm quite happy with that. You are too. What's it mean for
Just a concrete.
Yeah,
You know, with the brass plug on it.
the last concrete pour over there.
600 mil wide and as long as each.
Yeah, we signed off on that.
Well, which part of your month? I'm not preparing a report to.
What?
Be involved here.
Council, my understanding is that council's I'm real brief.
They have a works program, I think. So I actually programmed this the other day. And I have to say, I'm really disappointed. Seems to have not had any level of work done to it, I don't know how long, apart from the concrete work. And it's looking, the new part is looking very untidy and neglected. So I share the board's concern regarding the not being done as expeditiously as we would like. So that goes to my question about the works program attached to it. Is there a works program and is it being rolled out and we expect some action sooner rather than later? Any further questions of Tom, please? If not, would somebody like to move? Would Councillor Wells second Councillor Black that the information contained in the Director of Infrastructure's monthly report be made? Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. Item 15. Sorry, I was looking at the elections confidential.
A non-confidential report regarding the construction of the inform you that separate.
Any questions of Tom? If not,
Yes, you can see the tenders list.
I'd like to move, please. Move Councillor Smith, second Councillor Murphy. That the recommendation reads the council consider a separate confidential report on the tender, the construction of the Murrumbidgee Early Learning Centre in accordance with section 10A, bracket 2, bracket 3, bracket I of the Local Government Act 1993. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, carried. Thank you. And would somebody like to move, please? For the legal, yeah. Somebody up to recommend, move that we move into content, please. Those in favour? Those against, carried. In the construction of the Murrumbidgee Early Learning Centre, the resolution will read: Council endorse the recommendation of the tender evaluation team and the trustee of the adapted trust setting as designed for construction of Murrumbidgee Early Learning Centre for $1.36 million, excluding GST, tender reference 1-2021. And point 2, council allocate $336,000 from the Stronger Community Fund bound to grant allocation. And 3, the contract documents and any other associated documents be executed on behalf of the council in accordance with CL.165 of the Local Government Regulation by the General Manager, Director of Infrastructure as the principal's representative. Carried. Item 17, staff member request. Resolved on a motion of Councillors Kirky and Bryce that Council authorise the General Manager to make an agreement with the identified individual in line with option 1 as detailed within the staff member request report. Carried. There being no further business, the meeting has closed.